Assalamu alaikum everyone. It has been a minute you all. So last week I wasn't able to record. Big sorry because I was a little bit sick. Sick and physical sick or emotional sick. So it's still better. Never mind. So guys, oh how I missed this guys. Oh my god. I'm so happy today because I can't believe how my podcast blew up in the last few days. I don't know. I never checked my dashboard last week or this week until yesterday. Yesterday that I wanted to record today, and guys, oh my god, you can't believe how my Spotify blew up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you all. I so much appreciate how you embraced me on this journey, and it literally got me thinking about the episode I recorded for Hijabi Diaries on Tahajjud success stories, because if not it, it has to be it. Also, thank you so much, Malaika. May Allah guide us all. So, coming to today's episode, today's business. Yeah, okay, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode on Perform as a Podcast. I'm your host, Asia, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about the special episode of the Eternal Promise, where we take a deep dive into one of the most beautiful and heartwarming topics in Islam, Jannah. Subhanallah. The paradise we all yearn for. Today, I invite you to close your eyes, open your heart, and reflect on the ultimate reward Allah has promised to the believers, Jannah, our final destination, our eternal home. This podcast is not just about descriptions, but a journey that aims to bring us closer to our Rabb and the reality of the life to come. So let's talk about it. Let's take this journey together, a journey of hope, faith, and longing for the eternal garden of Jannah, the promise to Jannah. Allah, in His infinite mercy, promised us a reward so unimaginable, so incomprehensible, that no mind can fully grasp its beauty. In Surah As-Sajdah, verse 17, Allah says, "No soul knows what has been hidden for them of comfort for eyes, as a reward for what they used to do." This ayah reminds us that no matter how much we ambition paradise, it will always exceed our expectations. Imagine for a moment a place where there is no pain, no sorrow, no suffering. The struggles we endure in this world are anything but temporary. And for those who remain steadfast in faith, Jannah is a place where every tear is turned into joy. Every loss is replaced with unimaginable gain. Allah promised us Jannah for the struggles we endure with patience. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, when Allah created paradise, He said to Jibril, "Go and look at it." So he went and looked at it, then come and said, "O Lord, by your glory, no one will hear of it, but he will enter." So just picture yourself standing at the gates of Jannah, greeted by angels whose faces shines with light. They say, "Peace be upon you for what you patiently endured, and excellence is in the final home." Surah Ar-Ra'd, verse 24. As you walk through the gates, you are enveloped by an overwhelming sense of peace. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ described the Garden of Jannah in a way that truly touches the heart. He said, "In Jannah, there are things which no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, and no heart has ever imagined. Rivers of milk, honey, and pure water flow effortlessly, and the trees bear fruits that are sweeter than anything you have ever tasted in this world. Imagine walking alongside the rivers, your feet resting on soil made of musk, the air filled with the fragrance of paradise, and every moment filled with joy. As Allah Himself has removed from our heart all feelings of hatred, envy, and pain. Allah says in the Quran, "Indeed, the righteous will be among gardens and rivers in a seat of honor near a sovereign perfect in ability." Surah Al-Qamar, verse 54 to 55. This is not just a promise, it is the reality for those who believe and work towards pleasing their Lord. And oh my god, like literally the other day we were watching a movie, Barbie, and I saw this magical place that looked so beautiful and wow. And I was like, Jannah is far, far, far better than this. So my sister was like, please, can you take us there? And I was like, Jannah is far better than this. And words can't express how happy I felt that one day I'll find myself there, we'll find ourselves there, inshallah. Because Jannah is not what we do, it's the mercy Allah have on us. The hope that we have that one day we'll find ourselves in Jannah, inshallah. The joy of Jannah are not just in its beauty but also in its companionship. One of the most heartwarming rewards of Jannah is the ability to reunite with our loved ones who also earn the favor of Allah. Imagine sitting with your family, your friends, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the righteous enjoying the company of one another, never having to say goodbye. Oh my God, subhanallah. The Quran reassures us in Surah At-Tur, verse 21, and those who believe and whose descendants followed them in faith, we will join with them their descendants, and we will not deprive them of anything of their deeds. SubhanAllah. In Jannah, you will be with those you love forever, like literally forever. It's not just the company of a fool. Can you imagine being in the presence of the Prophet, listening to their stories directly from them, sitting at the feet of scholars and learning from them with ease, never worrying about time or fatigue? And above all, the most magnificent reward is yet to come. So let's zoom out before rounding this episode up. Like, just imagine for a moment standing at the edge of your grave. The world you once knew, its noise, its distraction, its fleeting pleasures has all but disappeared. All the things you chased after, the worries that consumed your heart, the people you tried so hard to impress, they no longer matter. The wealth you accumulated, the status you sought, the likes, the followers, it all remains behind. Your possessions no longer belongs to you. Your body no longer listens to you. In that moment, when the earth closes over you, only your deeds, your faith, and the mercy of Allah will accompany you. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The world is a prison for the believers and a paradise for the disbelievers." This dunya was never meant to be your permanent home. It was never designed to give you the lasting peace and happiness your soul craves. This world, with all its beauty and temptation, is like a shadow, always moving, always leaping from your grasp. No matter how fast you run after it, the more you chase it, the more tired you become, and the emptier you feel. Allah reminds us that knows that the life of this world is only play and amusement. warmth and mutual boasting amongst you, and rivalry in respect of wealth and children. It's like a rain, the growth whereof pleases the farmer. Afterwards, it dries up, and you see it turning yellow, and then it becomes straw. Quran 57 verse 20. What you hold onto so tightly is destined to fade away. No matter how much you try to hold it still. What is this dunya compared to Jannah? Where you will never feel sorrow, never feel loss, never feel disappointed again. In Jannah, everything is permanent. Your joy, your love, your peace. Prophet Muhammad said, a space in Jannah, as small as what could be held by a whip, is better than the world and all that is in it. Let me repeat it. A space in Jannah, as small as what could be held by a whip, is better than the world and all that is in it. Think about that. A piece of paradise, so tiny, so seemingly insignificant, is greater than everything this dunya has to offer. It's greater than the wealthiest kingdom, the most beautiful landscape, the most luxurious life. This world offers you fleeting moment of pleasure, but Jannah offers you eternal bliss. Let your heart long for what is eternal. Let your soul crave what's truly lasts, because this dunya, as enticing as it may seem, is but a brief stop on your journey to the everlasting hereafter. The pain you endure, the sacrifice you make, the tears you shed in this life, they will all be worth it when you finally enter into the eternal gardens. When you hear Allah says, enter in with peace because of what you patiently endured. So let go of this dunya's grip on your heart. Seek what is higher, what is better, what will last forever. The hereafter is your real home, and nothing in this world is worth more than Allah's pleasure and the promise of Jannah. Wallahi, the dunya is not worth. Nothing in this world is worth it. The world, the riches, nothing is worth it. Oh my God. Like literally, just sit down and think about life. All that it has to offer, good or bad. Be grateful and be happy. And just be a shadow. Be just think of yourself as a traveler. And maybe then you'll really understand that Jannah is the goal and nothing else, literally nothing else matters. So I think this is the end of part 1 on this episode. I actually don't like recording long episodes, but what can I say? I've been documenting this since last week. It was supposed to be last week's episode, but what happens, and here we are. So up next, we're gonna talk deeply on the ultimate road of Jannah, how to navigate through our deen and make our way to Jannah, how to make it our ultimate goal in life. So thank you for tuning into today's episode. Until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.